Hello. All right. Hi, everybody. All right, I'm here, and let's just wait for people to join. Okay, so let's see. Last time, this morning, we were working on the URL source. All right, just anyone joining us? Hello, Balbalul. Welcome. If you have any question, if you have any thing you want to get through, just let me know, and we can try to get it together. Okay. Balbalul. Let's see. My God. Water. Hello. How do I sound? Not good? It doesn't sound good? What's wrong? Hello? How did this sound? I think it sounds okay. It might be cutting off or cutting out because of some of the things I have here. Noise suppression, that's fine. Compressor. It's like cutting out. Maybe if I speak closer to the microphone, I think it should be fine. Yeah, no, in general, I think it's okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, All right. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back. All right. Okay, so we were here and we were facing all sorts of problems because of what we were trying to do with changing okay, we're changing the data structure. And obviously that is not exactly what we had before. Right? Right, this one. This one now is for one single source, and we need it for multiple sources now. Okay, so we got image p64. This will break all sorts of things, but okay. Let's grab this. That's not the right sort of scope to grab. This is what we need to grab, and we'll extract this to another function. So let's just do handle dynamic input source and bring this up in here. And now we basically have URL source dynamic input data. Dynamic input data. Need WS text source, is that right? Yes. Okay, dynamic input data. Essentially, I need to replace all of those, but let's go one by one and let's see. Handle empty text and handle non-empty text. All of that is going to need to change. Okay. Okay. And now dynamic input data, and this request data is fine. Let's see, handle empty text. This also needs to be dynamic input data, because I don't really need request data. Everything is okay inside of this guy. Everything is well encapsulated. Right, same goes for handle non-empty text. Where dynamic input data needs to replace all of those. I just want to go one by one instead of trying to right. Okay. Okay. Oh, these guys are good. Now, instead of request data, I need these guys. Okay. Okay. And dynamic input source. That's great. Well, let's grab this into a separate check. Because we don't really need all of that in there. All we need is this. Okay. Very cool. Now what we need to do is that. That is what we actually need to do. Hey people on the stream, if you have any questions or you want to see something, work on something, you want to see like how to build something with the plugins, or if you have any problems with any of the plugins, something not working for you, you want to know how to do something with any of my plugins or my work, please, or something is unclear, let me know. Let me know. I'm here for that. That's the goal of this office hours session. So speak up in the chat. I'm here. I can see you. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep hacking on the URL API source. And if not, that's also okay. Just you can hang out and chill. Okay, we were here. Okay. All of this is fine. Now my major problem here with this one is that we can't all override input. And we need a sense of the ID, or which one it is. Which input? Input 1, input 2, input 3, and so on. So we kind of need a response. Handle empty text. Why do we need response? Because we may error out. Is it right? Yeah, response is basically for erroring out, which is okay. In JSON, obviously, we are overriding input and also possibly image-64. All right, that's not that bad. That's not the worst thing that ever happened. Let's save this out and clang it out as well. Now, Let's have a look. See the dynamic input and the input. Okay, so I am going to need input index or something like that. I would really rather for this to be like a unique ID, but that's not something user facing in any way. Okay. Anyway, input index. Loop over sources and replace input n with the source text, where n is the index of the dynamic source. So let's do this. Let's see what it thinks. Gonna go about it like that. Thank you, GitHub Copilot. Okay. This actually seems fine. This is totally fine. Clang this, whatever. And now let's build and see what's up. All right, not quite there. Then a value. Who has that? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Put index size D. Okay. It probably also says it's not. Okay. No namespace array in this. All right. Let's see. That is true. It's an array. I think it needs to be something like that. And I'm pushing back this one. Okay, let's try to build it. Okay, we're getting close. Getting close. That's the request builder. That's good. It came to bite us in the ass. Which is good. And this one, unused parameter. That is correct. I need to use it. Index. Okay. In the array. I did not mean the array. Oh. JSON. I think that thing is. That's good. All right. Let's just see that those errors went away. Good. At least that one built properly. And now we have that. Populate dynamic input group. Yes, so that's not gonna fly from request data. Get the dynamic input. All right. Hi, whoever's out there on the stream, please write in the chat whatever that's on your mind. If there's anything that you want to talk, discuss, see, need help with, let me know. I'm here. Just gonna keep hacking on my work unless there's something else to talk about, and then we can jump into other things. But for right now, I'm just gonna keep working on the URL API source, adding multiple dynamic inputs. So yeah, just let me know. Okay. Yes, get dynamic input from request data inputs array. Yep. Now really what we need is nope. What I need is dynamic input. And for this guy to work with this, really. And so instead of all of these, we will have dynamic input. Let's go one by one. Just get all that stuff in. All right, very good. Very good. That's a start. Let's try to build it. This must have taken care of at least some of the problems. Yep. Sure. This one needs to be redefined. We can put data, that's fine. The name doesn't really matter. Okay, now can I initialize with an L value type? Request data with a thing. Okay, that's because of the other thing. And this is the other part. This is the other part. Now, I'm not actually sure how to do this. The thing about here is that when the UI is up and everything is populated with stuff, then at the point where I'm hitting like test request and that sort of stuff, which is essentially this, like saving settings to request data, so I can actually run the request. At that point, I have everything in the UI, quote unquote, cached. It's kind of in the UI. So I go back to here, I extract stuff out, and I can run the request based on it. But now this doesn't matter. It's all kind of saved in the table of dynamic inputs here. That makes it a little harder. Again, people on stream, hi, welcome. If there's any questions, please write in the chat. I'm here to help you out with any of your requests or anything that you're struggling with the plugins, or something that you want to see, maybe a demo, or something that's not working. I'm here for that, so just let me know if it's something you're interested in, and we'll do it together. So far I'm not seeing much, so I'm just hacking on my OBS URL API source plugin, adding more dynamic inputs to it. Okay, so let's see. All right, these are the dynamic inputs. Dynamic inputs. Okay, so let's see. Now we need to do something else. We need to do a little bit. So populate dynamic input group from the dynamic inputs. This is kind of. This is dynamic inputs table. That's fine. One thing we could do is to serialize each one of these structs into JSON on its own, like by itself. Right, this guy. Serialize this to JSON. So we could carry that in the table as a string. That's doable. That's a way to do it. Okay, so this is the serialization. I can just do std string serialize dynamic input data. Thank you, GitHub Copilot. This is kind of precisely what I was looking for. Hi people on stream. Again, any questions on plugins and some things you want to see, maybe some demos with any of the plugins or any sort of help that you need. I'm here for that. So just let me know in the chat and we can take a look. For right now, I'm just hacking on my URL API source, adding multiple dynamic inputs and making some progress on that. Right, so I got this guy, but I would hate to write stuff. So let's just extract this out and say like, all right, JSON, we'll call this JSONify dynamic input data. And then we would simply call this, let this and be done. Hey, how's it going? How are you? It's good to see you here. Thanks for joining my stream. I'm honored. I've been watching your streams and your work on various places, and I really like what you're doing. Sure. Yeah. Well, aren't we all? And what time zone? I'm Eastern, so it's like 10 p.m. central. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we don't have a bigger community of developers. I see people on Discord basically almost every day asking for different things to do with plugins, and people have ideas, but then they try them and they let go. Yeah, we should have more OBS plugin developers. Yeah, this is C++. What I'm doing is C++. I'm working on the URL API source. I'm working on adding multiple dynamic inputs. So far I had like just a single one. And then a user asked me if I could have multiple dynamic inputs on the thing. And it makes total sense. Because why not? You're making a request. You're making a request somewhere, and you could only use one. It doesn't make sense to have only one input in the body. Maybe you want to do multiple things, combine them in some way from OBS and send it. And but it's quite a challenge. I'm like handling all of that. Yeah. Yeah, I know Excel Draw is doing a lot of work. And yeah, it's in general I echo that. There's not enough devs, and I think that because of what you told me earlier, that it's all free and that no one's really making any money. And that's a big barrier. But I'm a firm believer in open source. I think open source tools. I've gained so much. Like I had so much success from open source, and so I'm giving back. But it's no way to to sustain a lifestyle. And I think that's why a lot of people don't really, put in like a lot of time and hours. And I've seen other things, like other projects like Streamerbot. Streamerbot, for example, it's a wonderful project, really amazing, truly. It's crazy what they did there. So many integrations, really very cool for automation. But it's free. Yeah, open source, it's great. Mostly the world runs on open source. If you think about it, every single piece of software as well as hardware today runs on open source. A lot of things are closed source, but everything is built on top of open source. Yeah, so giving back and like having a community and so on is perfect. But having some sort of, even modest success in open source, it doesn't really get you anywhere in terms of getting paid. You could have millions of downloads and like not make a single penny. And I think like a lot of open source projects are like that, which is cool, because you have huge impact, and then you make your money otherwise. But if you want to focus on that and really, build something in the open with everyone, you need to look to other places. But yeah, the community aspect of it is amazing. You meet so many cool people, and like people using my project. I had no idea. I met people. I asked them what they do with it, and it's like completely different than what I ever imagined that they would do, which is great. I like it. You should come on. Like we should find a way. I should find a way to get you on the stream, and we can just chat. We can just have a chat, talk about stuff, maybe even look at some code, or hack on something together. But just having a chat about OBS plugins and open source. We can make that happen easy. I stream whenever. There's a few hours of the day. I have a family, so a few hours of the day are devoted to family. But otherwise, I'm pretty open. I just need to navigate work and that sort of stuff, but that's usually not a problem. And so I can really join at any point. I'll make time. In other words, it's a scheduling thing. We could find a mutually open and available, time slot. Yeah. Let's do that. 100%. We can find a time and do it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we can get other OBS plugin devs. There's a few on the Discord, they're there every day and they have that's why I'm saying Exceldro, that's an option, but there's there's devs there you see in the Discord channels that have millions of users for their plugins, and we could get them on. At one point I was reaching out to streamers, to really big streamers on YouTube, so complete users. They don't dev anything, but they use OBS and so on, and picking their brain and asking them what they need, what they think is an excellent thing to do, just for ideas, but also expectations. And their problems are not usually the problems that I would think of right away. And so having some users as well, it will be, I think it'll be great. And I think actually it will draw a pretty big crowd, if people would know there's there's a a big streamer coming on, and also other people. Yeah, well, we can coordinate. We can probably get in touch with Exceldro and others. Yeah, I spoke with Andy Lippi, and a few others. Some of them have just picked up my plugin, and then they stream, or they create videos around it, and then I get in touch with them. And they're all great. We are, and for the most part, they were very open about, just talking. So I bet a lot of them will be up for a session. I think it would be good for the community too, just for people to kind of come together and talk OBS plugins, in kind of like a live chat sort of thing. I think it could work. Let's see. Night, people on the chat, welcome. People on the stream. This is office hours, so basically it's just an opportunity to just for people to come up with their, whatever they want to talk about. If it's building something with the plugins, or fixing a problem, or an issue, or if you want to see a demo, if you want to see like a build out of something, let me know. I'm here. Just go on the chat and we can talk. Yeah, the TwitchCon. I saw you go on TwitchCon. I think it was on X. I saw maybe some posts. And yeah, I think there's something to be done, I think, around AI and live streaming. It's something I'm personally very interested in. That I'm trying to push in that direction, including building some plugins and so on. But I have a bunch of ideas, and I'm exploring them with like a few people, also exploring them on like prototyping. But there's definitely a gap, between my knowledge and like the people who are actually streaming and so on. And I would want to get some feedback, obviously. So something like TwitchCon would be great. And it could be a good opportunity to air out some ideas, but also crowdsource some ideas from people in the crowd. Yeah. So having like a round table or a panel would be tremendous. Yeah, something like a hackathon. Would be interesting, definitely. If something like that happens. I've never been to TwitchCon. As I mentioned, I'm a complete novice or beginner in live streaming and in the community, and I think it could be great if it's done right. If it's like people come in with the right sort of expectations. I think a lot of people are coming in are streamers and not builders, even though a lot of streamers are builders. But it could be nice for a hackathon type of thing, because you could have people who are streamers and they're like customers, customers as well as devs, and that's the best kind of combination. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out with TwitchCon. I think it's an excellent sort of because Twitch and really live streaming is all about community, right? It's like people broadcasting and people come in and watch, and So like having a conference obviously is just, it's a natural part of having a community. And, yeah. Yeah, streaming is like, is like connecting with people. So, and like slowly building up. Right. If there was any prize money involved by any sponsor, I think it would be a hit. And lots of people will come and build all kinds of crazy stuff. Elgato AMD, or I don't know, maybe Twitch. I don't know, maybe Twitch. And yeah, but you need a contact to make that sort of thing happen. I don't think it's like a lot of money actually for them to invest in like a prize or something. Yeah, or something money equivalent. There's some sort of prize that will get people out of the out of the house and out there and working together. Yeah. I'm down to try to help you, put that together if that's a thing, right? If I don't have any connections, right? But I could, I could try. I could try to reach out. It'll be fun, I think, and kind of important. For people joining in on the stream, if you have any requests or anything you wanna talk about, discuss, just write in the chat, and we can take a look. Yeah, definitely. I think it should be doable. I haven't been to TwitchCon, but I think like, just in terms of community building and which is what if the whole thing is about that. I think it could work. I saw, by the way, that you're using Visual Studio. What were you using for building? I couldn't recognize it. Was it maybe Sea Lion? No, I think it was Visual Studio. Yeah, Visual Studio. So you had all kinds of stuff set up. Like you would build it from the IDE and then run OBS basically from the IDE with the plugin recompiled. Right, so you're building the plugin in, so almost right inside OBS, and then it's debuggable. I need to set that up. I'm using a Mac for a lot of the dev, and also Windows, but it's totally doable to do, because you could compile it with debug symbols and then just pick up the process, right? Right. My problem with that is that you have to restart OBS to reload the plugin. And I asked a few people if there's like hot reload or dynamic reload of plugins, which should not make it shouldn't be all that difficult to do. I think you could, because these are all dynamically linked things. You can unload or reload basically a dynamic library, and like the OBS plugins have their unload and reload thing, so it should be possible to do hot reload, so you never have to close OBS. OBS is always running, and then you just hot replace the DLL and then have it unload and reload the plugin. I think it should be possible. I asked, but then they said, all right, there's not a lot of request for that. Not a lot of people need that sort of functionality, so they're not gonna build it. Which sort of was kind of like a bummer. All right, so let me actually right, I would like to create a new branch. All right. Dynamic inputs. And I'm gonna commit it to this branch. Huh? Let's just bring URL source back in here. Yeah, it's totally doable. It's possible, as far as I can tell. But they're kind of not really, not going to really do it just for the devs. And so I'm thinking, of some sort of way, because what I'm doing here is like I'm compiling the thing, copying the dynamic thing, like the plugin dynamic library essentially, into the OBS thing, and then I restart OBS every time, and right like that. yeah, thanks so much for joining. Have a good night. And we should keep chatting on all of those things we talked about. And yeah, I'll catch you in your stream, or if you see me on my stream, you could also pop in. But yeah, thanks for joining. I'll see you soon. All right, good night. Let's see. Cannot be found. That's weird. Anyway, what I was thinking with OBS, let's just disable this macro. Okay. Now, a couple people asked me, that was an interesting thing. Someone came up and asked me if they can create a continuously streaming live weather channel, like a weather channel. What if they wanted to do a continuously streaming live weather channel, which is interesting, because there's all of the weather data. It kind of exists, right? There's the National Weather Service, and right, they have all kinds of data, like radar data. Let's have a look at the right, you could get welcome people on the stream. Hi, I'm this is kind of like office hours sort of stuff. If you have any requests or anything you want to see or talk about, or if you want to debug something or see something work, let me know. I'm here for that. And for right now, what I'm trying to do is try to create a like a panel for weather, some weather data. Let's create a new scene. I can continuously streaming weather channel. See if we can get some data from from the weather channel. Like there's like satellite, right? I don't even know. This sort of thing. Download image. We got the JPEG in here, right? The Northeast. And let's say we got just be satellite. Let's do this. This will be image data. Right, it's able to grab that, save. And there we go. We got a weather. We got the satellite. We can, that's weird. Render, it's like 300, right? All right, so we got like satellite data. And it's gonna be continuously updating, right? Let's say every 10 seconds. Satellite data. And who knows? Who knows? Auto updates every 5 minutes. I think this one is pulling. Seems like it's pulling the exact date. So I'm looking for something else. Animated GIF. Seems like this one is like the one that will keep updating all the time. Something like that. Yeah, or something like this. And now for a forecast. Right? This is that thing. Let's see. Right, so bringing in a GIF. Something like that. Bring that in too. Radar. Do this. Image data. You got that. Like radar type thing. Right, and what if we wanted to Albany. No, what if I wanted to forecast. Forecast Albany. Can do this. I want to grab this one from here. So let's add another request. It's an HTML, so we need a CSS selector. Let's test this out. We're getting a bunch of that thing. Let's see. See if we have this console. Yep. Let's do and then something like that. Gonna be like a CSS selector. Boom. Got the temperature. Yeah. Yep. All right, so this is kind of like one way to grab the to grab photos, as well as text. You can build your own weather channel. Start streaming this continuously to YouTube or something like that. You can set this up with the different URLs. And it's always going to be updating because it's fetching these images all the time. It's going to stay up to date. And this one too. Just getting it from the National Weather Service. And you can actually probably get all of this stuff with a different CSS selector. Get like all of this information up there. Right, another way would be to use a browser source or something. Just get this thing in, something like that. But I wanted to do something with the URL source. All right, that's pretty easy. Okay, I think we are I think we're dying down here a little bit with the stream. So thanks for everyone who has joined us and to talk. And I'll see you all soon in another stream or video. So bye for now, and see you soon.